Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we currently are scheming away, and let's just continue to work on that for the moment. So we just inherited this barony, and we definitely... That didn't get granted out. Grant it? There we go. Perfect. So we're currently working on murdering this guy, and we were just imprisoned because someone's trying to overthrow us as regent. They've been trying this for a while. So I'm not terribly surprised by this, but unfortunately, because we're imprisoned, our schemes went away. Which means that now we can't do anything to this guy in terms of a hostile scheme. We could maybe force to step down? Potentially. But I think that we were ultimately always going to be kicked out of the Regency pretty quickly. I don't think that there's really much of a way around that. We know there were a bunch of people working on removing us from the Regency, and that's reasonably fine. Now, if we were to force this guy to step down, he's got an 8% chance of acceptance right now. This is on the province of Anatolia. That's not what I want. I want the Viceroyalty of Rum, specifically, because our brother is currently next in line. So, compel resignation. Our brother would get this. He doesn't have any chance of acceptance right now. Emperor's opinion of us and the Viceroy. Interesting. So we can get some reasons if we were to say send this guy some gold or whatever, or send him an artifact would probably be even better. Yeah. That would probably be even better, but for the moment, I think this is reasonably fine. But if we were to compel his resignation, how many reasons do we have right now? Minus 17. So we could get maybe like 40 reasons. How much influence would this cost? 150, and we need 600 here. So any way we slice it, that's going to take some time. I want to go back to swaying our liege, for sure. So let's get going on that again. And we should just get some building upgrades going for the time being. So we'll get the stable upgrade going for now. Doomsday? Very rude. We don't actually care about legitimacy. Control decline is not great, though. What about the Apocalyptic Inquisition? Ooh, I don't like that. 900 gold? And even then, we'd get the Apocalyptic Cults. This is only a 36% chance. Perhaps they're right. So that's, not ideal. We just had a couple of setbacks there. Let's grab detailed ledgers for the moment. And our main setback is that we're not able to scheme too much against this guy. We'll be able to eventually. So if we compelled this resignation eventually, this would be like 100 or 750. Correct? Yeah. So that's actually a pretty big boost on the influence. That's 40%. That's pretty solid, actually. So that's understood. Yeah, this is fine. And we don't want to hold this, so we'll grant this out. Okay. So that looks good. Here in Jerusalem, let's get a blacksmith upgrade going. Remember that we just got the technology to be able to upgrade our military buildings. So that is a very, very big deal. We'll get that going. Alms, we don't really want to get consumption, but hopefully that doesn't happen. I think we're okay. We spent some gold on it, but we'll get the gold back pretty quickly. I'm not that concerned about the gold. So that seems fine. We have a faction here. This is peasant rabble. Not a big deal. So that seems okay. We need to build up our amount of influence right now. We need roughly 500 more influence, like 450. So we're getting 14 per month. And keep in mind, we get 40 every time we build one of these things. So that's fine. We're no longer the regent, but honestly, I don't really care about that. I feel like our regent, our brother is losing Lebanon. Okay, that's okay for right now. Was that our regent? Oh, yeah, we are under a regency. Let's just end that. Okay, cool. So that seems fine for now. We're no longer sharing power with our sister. I don't know why we were. Probably because we were imprisoned, actually. That's probably what it was. Okay, so our drainage channels have been constructed, as have our vast crop fields. We want to continue to work on all of that. Up here in Damascus, we can build, and we should definitely be building wherever we can to farm up as much influence as possible right now. We've got a ways to go on that, so we're working our way up. How much influence do we need per level right now? 2,000? Okay. Mustering halls have been constructed. That looks great. We don't have the money on hand right now for any further upgrades. We will get that very, very soon. Okay, so here in Nablus, we can definitely build a militia camp. We'll get that going immediately. Our brother is in line for Lebanon. Okay. Well, our heir is this guy. He's homely, and yeah, he looks it, but that's fine. That's absolutely A-okay. So we have a spy master position open. Wow, this guy's 80 and in good health? Okay. He's also skill 30 intrigue, so that's kind of insane. So I want to take a look at this guy at this point. We have 490. We don't quite have enough to do this. 23% chance. Okay. We need to get in our liege's good graces. We just got 25 opinion from him. So that should boost this up by like 12. Yeah, that definitely did the case. So this is up to 36 now. That's looking really, really good. So we want to continue to work on that for sure. We gained a level of influence, and that is, of course, fantastic. We also just inherited Beirut back, and let's just grant this right on back out. What are all of these? Oh, that's legend seeds. Okay. So that's absolutely fine. Here in Jerusalem, I'd like to get a barracks going, and we just finished a militia barracks as well. Let's see. What do we got here? We'd have a fair reason to imprison this person, and that's probably fine. We cannot be too careful. So they were our personal physician. That's okay for the moment. We just don't have one for now. Okay, so checking in on this situation at this point. We're up to 558. We need about 200 more influence. So this would be at 55. Wow. Okay. Converted from Hebrew to Armenian. Very rude. We're getting a lot better of a chance here. Why is this letting us press this? Isn't this going to cost 750 between this prestige and this prestige? Regardless, there's more chance that we can get here. So what I'd like to do, ideally, is send Emperor Severin some additional gold here. Well, maybe just buy some time, actually. Okay. No. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. We're going to fight these peasants, and this is no problem whatsoever. This is, in fact, going to be extraordinarily good for us. We'll raise up our men-at-arms here, and we're just going to go around and crush these guys. No problem. No others? No others. Okay. Looks good. So that's very good for us. We'll stack wipe these very easily. We gained a level of devotion. So for each of these, we are gaining fame and devotion. Okay. So that is absolutely noted. And once we win this war, we should gain some additional influence, which would be good. So over here in Nablus, I do want to get this blacksmith upgrading. There we go. And let's give battle right up over here. Training grounds have been constructed. We are going to enforce those demands. And we gained ourselves 60 influence. We'll disband all of that. Next month, we'll have that 750. I think that we should need 750 to run this, to be honest. So we've got that now. This guy is actually currently ill. So using influence brings him from a -10 up to a 50. It's based on our level of influence. So plus 60 because we went from controlling, or from whatever was before controlling to controlling. Okay, so that's actually kind of huge. But we can get this further. So we need to get our Emperor's opinion of us up by at least 60. So if we wanted to do that, this gift would be 32. Alternatively, I'm wondering, what if we were to... We have low control in some counties. We should do something about that while I'm thinking about it. Okay, let's hop over here real quick and be working on that. So this county control was going down due to the control decline here. Yeah, this is due to the rampant flagellation and the apocalyptic cult. So if it was just one or the other, this would be going up, but it is not. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit, and this one's going up in Tiberias, so that looks good. And this one's going up in Damascus as well. So we should be relatively fine. We'll just work on that. So what I was thinking about doing was potentially petitioning the Basilius. Or what other options do we have here? Like some sort of a profferation of fealty, right? That's what I'd be looking for. We can't petition the Emperor at this time, so that's understood. If we were to do that, honestly, I would not want anything from him other than opinion. We just inherited the Barony of Zura. We don't want to hold that, so we'll grant this right on out. Okay, 405 gold. That's actually really good. Yeah, do that. And we'll take 50 gold here. Perfect. Okay, so this control is going up. This conversion is happening. We just finished up building a smithy. And up here in Damascus... Why did the game pause? I didn't pause it. That's a little creepy. I don't know what's up with that. We'll put in a militia camp here. And a new governance issue. Oh, right here in Jerusalem. Perfect. So this is literally right here. We can gain 120 influence, which is a good chunk of influence. And I'm just going to do that. We're going to gain 120 influence and gain some development growth. Done. So 120 influence is great. We're working our way towards authoritative. We've got a ways to go on that one for sure. But that seems fine for now. So checking in here, we can see, yep, our brother is still next in line. This guy is currently wheezing. He's also ill, and he's obese. But he's feeling fine. He's got reduced disease symptoms. He'll probably recover from that. But what I really want to do is compel his resignation. So we've got that 50% chance there. If we want to do this, we should really just boost our opinion with the Byzantine Emperor. 70 days on this phase. I think we're going to wait until that phase is complete and see what happens with it. If we succeed it, then that'll be a big boost for us. We just finished converting faith. So let's go ahead and work on, say, sure, this'll do. So that'll be 7 years. Noted. Okay, so we've got 4 years on converting Beirut culturally. And Jerusalem, we're still working on bringing that control up. In Jaffa, the control is still going down. So that's understood. We did not succeed in swaying Emperor Severin there, which is definitely unfortunate. So we can send him a gift for 32 opinion. That's basically half of what we need. Alternatively, we could gift him an artifact. So the Blooded Blade of Virtue, honestly, I kind of want to give him this. So that boosts him up to 91. At this point, if we go in here and we compel this guy's resignation, even without spending influence, he's at a 13% chance. So if we do this, now he's at a 73% chance. Now that's getting up there. There's another 5 that we can get. So we can get that up to 78. So I'm just going to send the Emperor a gift here. There we go. We're building up a lot of stress. I'm aware of that. We can maybe flagellate if this wound will ever heal, but we'll see if that happens. We can extort our subjects, which we will definitely do. But first, I want to do this. So we're going to use our influence. And we're going to compel this guy to resign. And we want our brother, friend, and his marshal to become the new leader. Right? Right. Yes. Let's see if he accepts this. The odds are in our favor. Okay, this is the extortion here. So we're going to go with the 900 gold here. Perfect. He accepted. Okay, so that is beautiful. Our brother now governs the Viceroyalty of Rum. Technically, our brother now outranks us. So, you know, that's a little awkward. But he's part of House Zadoki, and that is absolutely excellent. So we're hoping, what we're hoping for here is that he solidifies House Zadoki's hold over the Viceroyalty of Rum, or at least makes it a lot easier for us to do that. So I would certainly like to arrange a marriage here, but I mean, he kind of needs to get himself one at this point. We'll see if he does. So with him in charge there, what does that put us at in here? Now that's a question, because that should, in theory, boost our house a lot. Okay, our status was challenged, granted. House members on Top Liege's council, yes. We're not of the state faith, so that's dropping us by 25. So we're at 111 right now. In order to get up into the powerful families, we would need to be at 173. So if we look at this, primarily they are coming from number of held governorships and living house members. That's where they're getting the vast majority of this. And that makes sense. Those are the primary things that you can increase, right? So we would not be upset about getting more children than this. This would not be a bad thing. But just generally growing our family would be good. So our son currently has no spouse. He should have one. So let's see here. Let's sort by stewardship skill for the moment. And we'd be looking ideally for someone who has high stewardship skill and high fertility. That would be, so something like lustful here would be good. She's a giant, so that's not necessarily great to get into our bloodline. But it is a theoretical option. These options are not tremendous, to be honest. Mostly because stewardship is apparently pretty difficult to come by here. So that's understood. Robust is fine. How old is he? He's 18? Sure. Options are not tremendous. Let's sort by age here and look for someone who's approximately the correct age. So that would be, well, intelligent is not bad to get into the family line. That's for sure. She's not great on the old stewardship skill, but to be honest, we haven't been that reliant on the stewardship skill. You'll do. This is... That's a hilarious alliance. Okay, we'll send that proposal. Okay, so let's get going on that, and we should probably also make sure our daughter is married for the purpose of creating more house members. And we don't really care who that ends up being. Do we? Not really. Somebody who's not going to die immediately would be good, but, and ideally, again, someone who is, like, lustful would be a good trait for this. So, let's see. Generous, What do we got in here? This guy would be lustful. You'd do. Okay, cool. So that looks good for now. Now, I do want to get some construction going here in Jerusalem, so that would be blacksmiths. There we go. We just inherited Tripoli, so that gave us that money back pretty much. Let's get another blacksmith upgrade going and then grant out Tripoli. Perfect. There's a lot of awkwardness going on over here. That's understood. We don't really care all that much as long as our brother remains in charge of Rum here. Now, we can't really arrange a marriage with him, although we should negotiate an alliance. And he'll accept that. So that looks good. We are now allied to him. And let's see. A cattle herd in Jerusalem, or do we want 900 gold? I want the 900 gold, to be honest. So that'll be wonderful. A marriage here would be hilarious, but we can't. Hopefully he gets himself married. We probably should have married him before giving him the title, but that's okay. So we no longer really need to be scheming on the Emperor. We're pretty maxed out on that for right now. So that seems good. What else are we interested in working on? Well, we'd like to get the Viceroyalty of Rum under our control directly. So currently, we'd like to influence the candidacy to place our heir, not this guy, first in line. Done. Okay, so our son is currently in line to get this. And we have a friendly ruler on the throne as it is. So that looks good. Militia barracks have been built, and I would love to invest more money down over here, but we need to wait for money to come in. We're getting a lot of constructions completed, and that's great. Over here in Nablus, let's go ahead and build militia camps. Cool. So altogether, that looks very, very good. We're not employing a court position, that is true. Tiberius and Jaffa are both low right now. I want to check. Jaffa is still decreasing. Okay, let's see. Control growth here is reasonably fine. We should probably move over to Jaffa at this moment because that's going down. Everything else will be going up. So let's move over to Jaffa. And there we go. So we can see increasing, increasing, and increasing. Perfect. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. I did expect House Zadoki to get a larger boost from taking over the Viceroyalty of Rum. I'm not going to lie. I expected that to be a little bit more. But as it is, it's pretty okay. So we can work on doing something similar down over here in like Sinai in theory. Actually, our son is number 2 on Sinai right now. That's interesting. 231 here. To get him into first place. You know what? Let's do it. So he's now in charge of, or not in charge, but he's in line for Sinai. Now, this guy's 75, but he has a lot of bonuses to his health. So he might last a while. We'll keep that in mind. And this Lüneburg just went up over our son. That's understood. They're going to keep doing that for a while, probably. Let's grab War Profiteer for the moment. War has been declared on our liege, but that seems relatively fine. Now, as far as this goes, his heir is our son. What do you suppose the odds are that we could do this? I don't know how much we actually care. He's 40, we are 41, although we still haven't had this wound heal. At least it's no longer an aggravated wound. So that's something, anyway. I do want to get additional constructions going here. We should probably make sure that our affairs are in order here, so that means that duchy's not created. This duchy is held by us, so we need to make sure that our son is in charge here. So that would be Hoshea here, and then we would do that. So we need to make sure that we're working our way up here, right? So we need to influence this candidacy for Erdun. This would be 30. Put it into the wrong guy. Okay, we had a new governance issue that is understood. So I want to, where is that? Down here? Okay, sure. Rampant bandits. We absolutely want to go deal with this. So we can definitely grab a caravan master. And then mercenary guards, huh? Well, we can go for a desert warrior, but they're still too high over here. So we should probably actually go for mountaineers. No, that's still desert, but it's got defensive tunnels and rampant bandits. So desert is actually the way to go here, desert warrior. Okay, there's still too high danger to get there. I'm wondering if we might not be better off to go here, like this. That eliminates half of the danger. Yeah, let's do it. So that looks good. We're on our way off here, and yeah, our brother is losing some of this. We're trying to get our influence flowing in a little bit more here. That's the reason why we're doing this rampant bandits for right now. So let's get that completed, and that will be absolutely fine. Okay. Eventually we'll arrive here. There's a lot of scandals occurring, but that's fine. So 63% chance, 67% chance. This is the best odds. Okay. So success, and we got ourselves some influence. Good. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on putting our son in a very, very good position. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Coughing, apparently. That's exciting. Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge SQL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. What a time for a coughing fit.